Let's take a moment to dive in the original start of the beef between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj because she perceived that the original verse that Nicki did on Motorsport was a diss, or she felt that Nicki Minaj tried to sun her. But I want to encourage you guys to open your minds up so we can reassess the verse that she did. The original verse was, "If Cardi B is a QB, I'm Vince Lombardi." That bar was a very clever play on hierarchy and respect within hip hop. And it also was a brilliant double entendre and wordplay that showcased Nicki Minaj's wit and awareness of her position in hip hop at the time. Meaning, because Nicki Minaj had come out before Cardi B, she had already solidified legendary status. And because Cardi B was a newcomer, she's now positioning her as someone to look at, who garnered much attention during her debut. But let me break it down a little further just in case y'all are not catching on yet. Calling Cardi B the QB was actually the compliment. It was a cherry on top because if anyone knows anything about football, they know that the quarterback is quite literally the central figure of a team. They are the star player that everybody comes to see, comes to watch. And because Nicki Minaj recognized that Cardi B garnered a lot of attention, she just got a #1 debut album. She's making her, way into female rap. Nicki recognized that, hence why she called her the QB. Then you'd ask yourself, well, why would she call herself the coach? Nicki comparing herself to Vince Lombardi was simply her establishing or asserting her status as a legendary figure in hip hop, specifically for female rap. For you guys who don't know who Vince Lombardi is, he's not some regular coach. This man is a legend, a Hall of Famer. Y'all, the Super Bowl trophy is named after him because this man represented mastery, legacy, excellence, influence, impact, much like what Nicki has represented throughout her entire music career. So she was simply drawing a comparison that highlighted her influence and her impact and legendary status. So metaphorically speaking, she's a coach who had built her empire, who had guided the game, who had major and massive impact and influence, and had proven her dominance and her greatness, much like what Vince Lombardi had done, making him arguably one of the greatest football coaches in NFL history. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? So instead of trying to sun Cardi, Nicki was literally painting a picture for the current landscape of hip hop, while also recognizing Cardi B's rise to success and how she had garnered massive success, especially for her hit single, Bodak Yellow, while also reinforcing her own legacy as an established great and someone who had mastered and dominated the game thus far.